Good morning, Monday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Go do a few shots of tequila. I'll talk to you later. No, seriously. Uh, this is pretty much an American holiday or celebration day, really. From what I understand, the Mexican people don't celebrate it that way. Except around the border or in the hotels where the tourist attractions are. All right. So, where are we going today? All right, let's start off with Stephen Miller. Oh, first of all, wait a minute. I predicted Sandman to win the Kentucky Derby. He was 6-1 favorite, And guess what? Finished, 13th or 14th, something like that. Three from the rear, back of the pack. That's one thing I forgot to tell you when I made that pick. If you want to make money, bet against anything I say about the Kentucky Derby. I won a lot of money at the track one time, and I still make good picks on local tracks and whatnot. But the Kentucky Derby is a race that I've never been able to. If I actually picked a horse, I've never been able to win it. So stay away from me when I do that, okay? All right, now, where are we and what are we doing today? Trump's, I don't know how many of you know this, but you see Trump's behavior and you say he's a little off this, he's a little off that. He's not functioning properly, or he looks old, what's going on? Well, whatever, he's not making the decisions. He's basically a puppet for the puppet master Stephen Miller, who sits in the background. People call him Goebbels. I don't know. Goebbels was like media propaganda. I don't know whether this guy is a propaganda freak or he's just an architect of the destruction of democracy. Anyhow, everybody has one of these, Vance has got this guy Thayer, I think it is, Trump's got Stephen Miller. They all have these what do you call them? Sycophants? Whatever. They're just rich people in the background that are pushing them to do this and do that, So this is a government by proxy or something. I don't know what the term is. It's not real. It's a bunch of puppets, and there's and there's guys controlling the marionettes in the background. What are they? Puppeteers. That's it. They're puppeteers in the background that are actually responsible for all this bullshit that's going on. All right. That starts it off, so you know where I'm headed today. I just get real upset when I see articles like this, and I read them, and it makes so much sense, because Trump isn't that smart. Even when he's screwing up, he's not that smart. Oh well, moving on. Oh, here's another question for Donald. Donald, old buddy, old pal, old jerk off. Where is the deal you promised? You were going to have all the deals done. You're going to have this done, that done. Everybody's going to be rich and famous. Well, your people are getting rich, but the rest of us are, getting screwed left and right. And sooner or later, something bad's going to happen, and then we'll get screwed even more, probably. But at the moment, where's the deal? You promised the deal, there's no deal. Okay? What did you make? One deal since you made that promise? If you're lucky. Not even sure that one's going to hold up. And then, not only are you not making deals, you're walking around saying that you don't have to do what the Constitution says. You don't know whether you have to obey the Constitution. You took an oath. I don't know. He tends to, you got to be careful when he takes those oaths. He tends not to say things. He tends not to put his hand on the Bible. He's looks, it's like crossing your fingers behind your back when you say I promise or I won't do something, to your mom. Yeah, that's Donald Trump for you. But he hates the Constitution. He's always hated the Constitution because it restrains him from doing what he wants. You're dealing with probably the world's biggest spoiled little brat. That if you don't do what he wants, he's not gonna, he's gonna go in a corner and stomp his feet, or he's gonna charge you a tariff, or he's gonna take away your health care. This is Donald. Governing by fear. This is what he, see, this is what I understood, and apparently nobody else understood when he said he admired the way that the North Koreans sat when Kim would be talking to the soldiers or something like that, straight up, hands in their laps, He said, that's what I want to see. Those people don't do it out of respect. Those people do it out of pure fear. Because they know if they don't do that, they're not going to have that share tomorrow. That's the way it is. So, that's what he's trying to do here, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't want to obey the Constitution. He's still talking about annexing Greenland. There is absolutely no basis for him to do that. And he says, I'll send troops in there and take it. Well, if I'm Russia, I'll send troops in there to stop you. Or if I'm France, I'll send troops in there to stop you. And then we'll have World War III over a little island that ain't ours to begin with. Trump wants everything. Because somebody told him that's critical. It's not critical. Okay? Not in today's world, it's not. Not with the speed and the distance of ultrasonic missiles and, we got a plane that's going to be flying Mach 5 pretty soon. Come on. This is just stupid greed. As he said, it looks like, what? He wants to reopen Alcatraz. I'm not sure. But as I understand, most of Alcatraz is pretty run down. I have no argument with that, but he wants to, I don't know who he wants to put there. I wanted to wait till he was out of office, when he was getting out of office, and then open it up so we could put some of those people that are in the cabinet and then and Trump himself into Alcatraz. I said that's a good place for him, But that I have no problem in reopening it, but to bring it up to civilized standards just for the guard population, it's going to cost may cost $1 billion or more, and the maintenance and upkeep of that place is ridiculous. That's why it was closed. It was probably an escape-proof prison, but we have Supermax out in Colorado. You don't need escape-proof prisons for unless you just want to put people out there like you to treat them like animals. You just because that's the way you are. You're scum of the earth, Donald. Nobody likes you anymore. That's a shame, Donald. I mean, seriously. You were in a position where you could have done some things that would have made you a very respected and loved leader, but instead, you turned around and decided that you didn't care what the rest of the world thinks. All you're worried about is what the rich folks in your neighborhood think. Now, I don't know why the movie industry pissed off Donald or what his problem is with that. Maybe they wouldn't let him into a theater, or maybe they don't want to make a movie of his life. That'd be boring as hell. Could be a good advertisement for McDonald's, but it'd be boring as hell. But he's now putting 100% tariff on foreign movies. Now that movies produced by foreign movie groups, like art films and stuff like that, or is that If they make the film over there, they're going to you're going to be charged a tariff for it. You know, I don't understand how that works, but I doubt if he does either. That's just Trump being stupid. And that's Trump pissing off the little people again. That, you know, taking away something the little people enjoy, which is a reasonably priced movie. Not going to have that anymore. Entertainment. Wait till he's, you know, goes after the entertainment industry. You know. He wouldn't be president if it wasn't for the entertainment industry. If he had never gotten the show The Apprentice, he never would have made it. He never would have thought about it. That built his ego up so bad because he loved the adoration of the people because they liked the show. In the beginning I liked it, then it just got ridiculous. You know, it's stupid. That's never going to happen, type deal, you know. But that's naughty. So now 100% tariffs on foreign films. I give up. I really do. No, I don't. I'm still here. I'm still telling it like it is. You know? What I don't understand is that I understand he appointed the Supreme Court, but when those judges make a decision, he should respect it because he supposedly put them in there. But he turns around and calls them communists, and she's not. I'm not going to do that. And you can't touch me. Yeah. I'm telling you. You got a 12-year-old version of Dennis. You know, you got maybe not even Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace wouldn't be doing some of the crap this idiot's doing. But Little Lord Fauntleroy might, you know. The thing about it is that when he's not in office, he doesn't have the power to do these things. You know, he doesn't have the money that he can throw around. He's lost money on everything he's ever done, and now he's. Some people are saying that he's heading America into the biggest bankruptcy ever. That's not all he's heading it to. He's heading this into a third world country, one that there's no respect. We're losing all respect everywhere. You know? Come on now. People don't see that? You know, I have friends down here that tell me, don't go over here, man. They don't like you over there anymore. You know, and I don't live in the United States. I mean, you all know that. That's for economic reasons. It's cheaper for me to live in Colombia than it is in the United States. You know? So I don't know what's going on with what's going on, but this is why he's there and I'm down here. I'm sure sooner or later I'll lose something, you know, maybe my Social Security, maybe my internet. I only got, what, they figure if I'm lucky I'll live as long as my mom, which is 82, so I got like 2.5 years left, maybe, you know. I don't know. I don't look to be 100, you know, that's kind of, when I can barely walk now, 100 is like, come on, give me a break, you know. Anyhow, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit a like button, hit the bell if it's there. I don't know what's there. When I go look at the videos, it's difficult. I have to go to another computer to do it, otherwise I don't see what you see on the video. But if you have a complaint, do something about it. Write down in the comment section, you know, hey, this video sucked. What's wrong with you? You stupid old man. Okay. Or I was wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm not the only... I will take it, you know, the blame for not doing enough research on something, but I get my information off the internet. I read the stories in the form of an opinion, and that's what I say things, you know. Because the stories don't give the comments, you know, that this is stupid, you know. It's like, this is stupid. Tariffs on foreign films. Get serious. You know? Come on, man. What do you do with all that money? Oh, gonna play some more golf. And take the money out of someplace else. He's already in trouble for taking $300,000 away from FEMA to go play golf. Why does FEMA have to pay for it? Doesn't he have any money? He owns it. Doesn't he own the golf course? Jesus, give me a break, folks. All right, I'll subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yo no sé que se está, que al niño le está dando una cosa que es un chapuzón en la boca, en las manos, se los pies, y le da fiebre, y que desde ayer está así. No, yo no sé.